So it came from a place of escaping pain. And with that, you know, a lot of the bars I was talking about what was going on, or, you know, going on around me. So it ended up just being mostly just real somber themes and you know, sorrowful shit. So, you know, it just, you know, that was, and that's what still motivate me now. Like, you know, I write, when I write, it's not from a happy place. I don't write party shit. I don't write, you know, I write from pain. Like, that shit that inspired me. I feel that's when that's my pocket. I'm the best when I write shit, when shit is going, when I'm going through something. So, you know, it's just, that's what it is. That's what it'll always be, you know.
Been here before 1,000 times or more, sitting alone with my thoughts, grating on me like whiteboard chalk, what to do next, hopeful that I'll resurrect happiness from this demise. Ear to the door, silent cries, I've lost it all, but I won't fall. Back to my old ways of smoking and drinking, my old self getting in my way. This writing has got me thinking, what's the point of all this? Unburden myself, writing lists, slowly uncocooning from the abyss. My arm you won't twist. Around the corners I see them, in the darkness I find a gem. But time won't mend, 'cause I'm broken and weak. Thoughts overcome me, I can't speak. Things in order, parts to tweak. Ice cold breeze on my face, eyes stinging from the mace. Losing my life, last in the race. Vast passage between who I want to be and my past self. Self-judgment, my worst vice, moving through this. Psychosynthesis, reflecting what I've said, pausing and moving on. Why didn't I do this? Earlier it's changed my life. Keep my head covered and my heart open. Cold frozen soul is what keeps me stagnant. No movement within, stale air and waves. Lead lines changing the way I write. If I don't write, then I'm full of spite. I've run out of steam. Light in my eyes, beam, climb the walls like a spider, 8 legs. I've lost myself, hallucinating, disintegrating and melting. Settle for anything positive. I'll settle for anything positive.
The decampment of Vancouver's Hastings Street continued on Thursday, but it's still not clear where people are supposed to go.
Really traumatizing. It's, just witnessing that very violent state action with the police enforcement.
Housing advocate Fiona York says several people have ended up at the encampment at Crab Park, where anxiety has been high.
The fear yesterday was like, are we next? Is that going to happen in the next 24 hours or 48 hours? People just feeling like we're going to lose this little bit of stability we felt for a few months.
Yeah, it's just simply wrong. There's no other way to put it, right? And I'm just, we're all down here, we're freaking, right? We're nervous.
The city of Vancouver, with the help of the Vancouver Police Department, started clearing Hastings Street Street on Wednesday morning. The city said the move followed a steady deterioration in public safety and an increase in fires. The city says as of Thursday afternoon, 10 people have accepted housing in local shelters.
The reality is that there isn't somewhere else for individuals to go.
Nicole Mucci with the Union Gospel Mission says Wednesday night their roughly 100 beds were spoken for 5 minutes after intake began.
It is a really difficult scenario that we're seeing our community members placed in right now. Nobody is winning in this situation. Everyone's losing. People are losing their homes. They're losing their sense of community.
We have shelter spaces available for people right now. Those that need it from the Hastings encampment can access the shelter spaces.
Andrew Hirschpold, who used to live in shelters and Crab Park, questions the quality of the places being offered.
The housing, if they're offering anything, is probably inadequate or unhealthy, hazardous, etc. I left shelters for anything else, in a way.
The housing minister insists shelter spaces are better than living on the sidewalk on Hastings Street, adding 95 newly renovated SROs are set to become available in the coming days.
Our plan is to move people in the shelters, do the assessment to see what the best needs are for them. We do the assessment and then we move them into other housing that we're either purchasing or renovating.
People are kind of like voting with their feet. If they're not going to a space that may or may not be open or is said to be open, there's a reason for that.
In Vancouver, Monica Gould, City News.
I don't want to write anymore, but force myself to strip myself of this pain, moods fluctuating, never beyond middle range. Bipolar or borderline or just poor at coping, I'm hoping that things get better. I depend too much on medication, what else when there's no indication, and all story damnation. Making this up as I go, but what else is there in this life? Finally found a purpose, something to live for. I feel manic, my hand can't keep up with my thoughts. I knew this art or sport. Pen is slow, tried to keep up some rap songs, inspiration. Shut the blinds but open eyes, paisley patterns and visuals while sober. Who am I really? Trains and tracks towards me. We ain't gotta lose, keep telling myself that. If I need to talk, just call. Woman always on my side, comes from trauma which is unresolved, burnt the top of my tongue. Manifest a brighter future conspiring against me, neighbour offering goods out of selfless energy, thinking that this is hatred, hardwiring my brain, selective serotonin, reuptake inhibitor attaching to neurons, changing the way they respond to stimuli. Often ask who am I? Pills adding a layer of safety, can't even escape reality. Am I even awake? Is this even real? Close my eyes, don't look to the sky. How will I die? Ask God if he exists, no one answers, got my answer, no answers gave me a fright. Fight or flight, fly away from misery towards clouds, electricity, writing for eternity, stream of consciousness, new roles, unnerving paternity, holes in my brain, they are permanent. The scan showed damage and enlarged ventricles, choking tentacles, phantom moves towards the underground, show yourself or don't come back. Obscurity is both a blessing and a trap, is what I'm doing, even rap free flowing, whatever's on top will be free eventually, don't bother me, weed is what I need, clean urine screen, tumbling towards addiction, Randy was a dishwasher at the local resort. He used to steal his ADHD meds, no wonder he went psychotic. Well, we both did. I drank every night alone. No one from home knew what was going on. And the Aussies and the tourists kept coming. He slept in the cupboard, unusual relationship even for me. Drank whiskey on the couch to make up for my lack of confidence. My legs lost muscle, didn't move for a week. Walked up the hill weak and tired, but somehow survived. Nothing got better, microdosing, daily routine until psychotic break from reality. Was that what I really needed? 10 years on, still in a sunken place, moving at my own pace.
I had a lot of times in my life where I wanted to escape. I wanted to not feel anything and not necessarily have to deal with anything anymore. You jump out your window, you become one with the concrete, you become part of the cement. The cement is what I want to become one with. I want to be deep down beneath it. I don't know. It just felt like that could be the only escape in a way. That's how I deal with those emotions. I put them down on paper and pen and I write about them. That's why I do the music and that's why I sing the songs.
And I choose this depression, mind lost in full recession, face pressed against earth and soul crushed towards light. But dark is all I know, headache from the sage smoke, bitterness on my tongue and also in my heart. Know how to end but not how to start, engulfed in hell, voice choke. Croaked frog in demons, orange fibers touch lips, shrooms and trips, antipsychotic stops effects, glass-eyed instead with no resolution or absolution, either one will be fine. Look at the sunshine, blankets heavy, mind defects, loudness overwhelming for us, distractions taking over, attractions on the road, one route to everything, two ways to anything, anyway for something, standoffish against enemies, chant mantra, everything will be okay, I can get through this, everything all works out anyway. something that I can't guarantee, only darkness that I see. Will you come rescue me? Souls burn, third degree, ascending and aspiring to be the best version of self. Grief holding me back, got lost but stay on track. No money but soul wealth. Every day moving closer towards self-actualization, having so many realizations, creating worlds like a composer, powder on my shins, racking up these wins, misery attached like Siamese twins. No way to escape myself, but I push up against. Will I choose to repent? Too much time spent on fixing my moods. Do I even own myself? I doubt that. Little control over self and decisions. Building wealth by attaching mantras to these situations that hold me back, growing self.
What accompanied that to some degree was a sort of urgency around being able to work out a way to articulate the way I felt about these matters. If I didn't talk about it, and if I didn't open up about it and talk freely about these sorts of things, the opposite would happen, and I would turn in on myself and just harden. Learning how to talk about it, for me at least, had a significant impact on moving me forward and out of the darkness.
Don't need you anymore, I have this microphone. Writing and recording replaces therapy. Avant-garde instrumentals healing me. Do you believe it, or am I just insane? Could this be a future for us? Isolation has its grip on me, surrendering to this sadness nervously. Am I really better, or just pushing it down, trying to stay afloat so I won't drown? I wonder how others live, pondering why they take these risks. Real love for 10 years stayed with me throughout all the beers, awaiting the call, but don't wait for me to fall. Crevice deeper than ever before. Will you stick around when it ends in war? Living for something but unsure what. I thought it involved heaps of pot. Fragmented brain, unresolved anguish, figuring out alternate ways to manage. Worried if I stop the magic will go, but I can't slow down. I'm on a run, productivity profound. Can't reverse this, I'm scared of what will happen if I pause. This life's a wasting. Crack fiends everywhere, coppers over there. Second floor window surveillance, smoking ash drops on heads. Pipes broken, cracked lead. Gentrification obvious here. Sunshine market within eyesight. Walking distance only to euphoria. Side eyes lead to paranoia. Left without paying the rent. Bus to the island to chase the dream. What's over there, I scream. Cuts from my face. Benzo bender drinking away my pain. You tell me we have a long life, but I can't see it. Mini fridge, all he owned, don't lie to me, I can tell. Unrequited love is what's owed, rambling to myself. I should be hospitalized or institutionalized. Mental health patient and junkie approaches. White powder on the walls. Vials on the pavement. Misplaced needles crack beneath my feet.